Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, and all you fairy tale beings, to yet again another forum here on Wakenya by Wakenya. I am your host, Sarah Sylvia. Thank you so much for tuning in if you're watching this video. If you're new to this platform, worry not, welcome to the squad. Remember to like this video, share it with as many people as you can, subscribe to this platform, and you can also turn on that notification bell so that anytime I upload a new video, you'll be amongst the first to get notified. Health is wealth. This statement is not new to any of us, and personally, I am a huge believer in the idea that when you're healthy, it is your only way to be able to make wealth. Now, today I'd like us to talk about the healthcare system in our motherland, Kenya. Quality healthcare is defined as efficient, effective, timely, safe, and of course, people-oriented. Now, when you sit back and start piecing out that definition bit by bit, you'll come to realize that that isn't really the case, or rather, it's not what we're being offered back here at home in Kenya. Maybe we can begin with where exactly it is we went wrong. Personally, my biggest concern about our healthcare system is the corruption that goes on in our health centers. There's situations where you'll find you walk into a hospital with your sick patient who is in pain and probably crying and clearly needs attention then and there. But because the doctors or the nurses or the person at the reception sees that you need them more than they need you, they fail to come and offer you the services as promptly as is required. You're then forced to pay something extra just to cut lines and get to see the doctor ahead of everyone who's come before, when they can clearly see that your patient requires instant or rather quick attention. Another thing that I find to be an issue with our healthcare system is that a lot of the people working as medics at the moment are in it for the money. They're in it for how much they're going to make and what it is that's in for them, and not really being passionate about the job. Remember, for you to become a doctor or a nurse or work as a medic in any hospital, in any field, in any department, you require some level of passion, because it's not an easy job. But then again, there is no easy job. They do not have the passion to do their work, and what motivates them instead is money. So this comes down to my third point. It makes healthcare very expensive. There are a majority of families in Kenya right now that are one chronic illness away to poverty, like serious poverty, like just flatline financially. You know, the cancers, the diabeteses of the world. Yeah, that's where a lot of the families in Kenya are at right now, because healthcare is mad expensive. Now, the fourth point on where I think we went wrong is, fine, you've gone through the entire process of seeing a doctor and whatnot, and now you are here for admission. Have you seen those wards? Oh my goodness. It is so disheartening when you walk into a ward and you're shown where your patient is supposed to spend the next few days while they get this healthcare that, number one, you've fought for. It is so disheartening to realize that there is no proper equipment. The facilities are poor. The area is not clean or tidy at all. It makes you think, you know what, my patient just might be safer back at home with me. But then again, they need the doctor's attention 24/7 round the clock. So unless you can afford to have a doctor in your home 24/7 round the clock, this is your only option. And it's very unfortunate, and it's very disheartening. It kind of makes you lose hope even sometimes. So it's very unfortunate that we are sitting down to talk about the rotten healthcare system in the country, Kenya. It's very unfortunate because health is wealth. Again, I'll go back to my point. Health is wealth. And there's no way anyone, not even the country, not even the economy itself, can be wealthy if the youth, if its people are not healthy. That's the first effect of having a poor health system. It's just not you as an individual. The country needs to grow its economy, yes? And they need the youth for that to happen. Now, what happens if the youth are not healthy? if the youth cannot take up the serious tasks that are required of them to make up this wealth. In a country where more than half of the population is the youth, healthcare should be on its priority list as a community. Now, what happens if the youth do not get proper healthcare? Number one, poverty levels are destined to rise. Reason being, these youth cannot afford to go to work and work to their fullest and work to their best towards building the economy because they are not healthy. Yeah, and when healthcare is expensive, instead of these finances going towards building the economy, they instead go towards trying to make them healthy. A second thing is people will lose trust in the healthcare system in general. Yeah, and we're Africans. It's wired in our DNA to sort of want to go back to our traditional ways and seek witch doctors and medicine men. Now, more often than not, we have seen that these do not work, or rather no longer work. We actually require the white man's medicine to be able to heal our bodies. Yeah? A third thing is if we have poor facilities and poor equipment in our hospitals, there'll be a lot of misdiagnosis. That's why we have people going back home thinking they have cancer when it's probably something very simple, and now doctors are working towards healing the cancer, which in turn even grows into bigger problems. Now we'll have misdiagnosis because we don't have proper equipment in our hospital, we don't have proper facilities in our hospitals, and that is a problem. That's why I think healthcare should be a priority, or rather one of the many priorities in a community or to the government in general. Now, health is just not about your physical, even your mental. You need to be mentally healthy, or rather, you need to have a healthy mental state in order to do a lot of things, from socializing to your job. You just need to have a proper mental health. Now, therapy is expensive, very expensive. Not everyone can afford to pay 1,500 bob for every session, and sometimes they need 3 sessions a week, especially not in this economy currently. So that's why we have so many people who have mental health issues, not knowing that it's actually a mental health issue and that they need to seek help. And we have cases of suicide, people falling into depression and all that. So if we can perhaps try and work on our healthcare system, this would be a great step towards making the economy grow and creating even better opportunities for the youth today and for the future. Now, some of the solutions I just brainstormed and came up with on how we can make ourselves healthy, because again, we can't sit back and say, you know what, my health is on the government and on our leaders. No. Your health starts with you. It's actually your business. One of the things I think we can try and work towards is being physically active, taking up physical activities. And I am not one to preach water and drink wine. So yes, I'm also working towards being physically active because it's my health that I'm looking at. I wouldn't want it to get to a point where now I need to seek medical assistance in hospitals, especially with how things are. So maybe if we can begin with physical activities, that would be a great place to start. Also look at what you put into your body, what you're eating, what you're feeding your body. It's very, very important to eat healthy, to be healthy. The third is try and get adequate sleep. You cannot be going to bed late at night and waking up early in the morning. Try to at least get yourself that 8 hours sleep. It's very important. Someone once told me that there's no medicine for fatigue. You just simply need to get rest. That's just it. That's the only medicine for fatigue there is. So don't wake up extremely early when you went to bed extremely late. It won't make sense. Your body will shut down, guaranteed. Now, the next thing is if we could try and control our stress levels, that would be great. I know this is a huge ask considering everything that's going on, but it's very important to try and control your stress levels. Personally, I tell myself if I cannot solve it in 5 minutes, in 5 seconds, I'm not going to let it bother me. As huge of a problem as it may be, if I cannot solve it in 5 minutes, I'm not going to let it bother me. I'm not going to let it eat me up. Simple. That's how I regulate my stress. You can try it out sometime. And finally, we have organizations like NHIF that help with the medical cover. So if you can just try and get your medical cover up to date, NHIF charges 500 bob a month. The contributions are 500 bob a month. So you just put in money on NHIF every other month, 500 shillings, 500 shillings. And when you need it most, that's when NHIF will come through for you. You might end up in hospital for maybe surgery or admission, and you'll leave without having to remove money from your pockets to pay for your bills. Why? Because NHIF covered it. And I'm not here speaking on behalf of NHIF, advertising them or anything. No. This is just me giving you pointers based off of my experience, because I have used NHIF before and I know it works. It works really, really well. It's just recently that they've been having scandals, but I believe the government is working towards making them what they used to be. So that's all from me, guys, on this topic on healthcare. Remember, try and regulate your stress, eat healthy, get adequate sleep, drink water, and mind your business. Otherwise, till our next forum, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you very, very much. Remember to like this video, share it with as many people as you can, subscribe to this platform. You can also turn on the notification bell so that anytime I post up a new video, you'll be amongst the first to get notified. Till our next forum, take care of yourself and keep warm. It's very, very cold. Bye.